These animations we apply on our elements have a couple of callback methods that we can use to see when an animation starts and when it's done. So here back in our template, this is where we have applied the to-do animation. We can use the event binding syntax to handle the done and start events of this animation. So event binding to-do animation dot start. That's the name of the event. Now we can bind this to a method here. Let's call this animation started. And here we pass an event object. Now I'm going to duplicate this line and change start to done. This is the other event. And also change the name of the handler to animation done. Now let's go ahead and implement these methods. So back in our component, animation started takes an event object. And here for simplicity, I want to log this in the console, $event. And then duplicate and change the second to animation done. Now back in the browser, refresh the page, look in the console. Here we have 6 messages in the console. The first 3, as you can see by the phase name, are coming from the animation started method. And the last 3 come from the animation done method. So because we have 3 to-do items, for each to-do item, we have an animation start and an animation done message. Now let's explore one of these in more detail. So look at this first one here. This event object has a bunch of useful properties. Here we have element, which gives us access to the underlying element on which we have applied the animation. We've got from state and to state. So you can see our element transitioned from the void state to null, which is in this case the default state, because we have not defined a custom state here. We're going to look at that later in this section. And here this phase name property can be start or done. Start is fired at the beginning of the animation and done is fired at the end of the animation. We've got total time, which is 500 milliseconds, and trigger name. That's the custom trigger that we applied on our animation. So in your applications, you might be working on something more complex. Then if you want to know when an animation starts or finishes, you can handle the start and or done event of this animation trigger.